Today is a very, very exciting day because today we are taking our first drive in the B7 Turbo E28. This is my 1984 B7 Turbo Alpina E28, otherwise known as the world's fastest four-door from 1984 to 1987. Powered by the 300 horsepower and 369 foot-pound producing M30 B35, I am very excited to drive this thing. So from the delivery video to now, I have not driven it. We are going to experience this completely together for the first time. All I've done is did that parking lot spin and parked it in here. The weather hasn't cooperated, but today it is. We are going to experience a 1980s rocket ship. And here we go. Woo! A little nervous, a little excited, very excited, extremely excited. Quick little details about the car. We have, as I said, 300 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque, M30 B35, paired to a dogleg close ratio 5-speed gearbox, kind of like an E30 M3, shoved into an E28, single turbo, triple K turbo. This car goes between, I think, 0.4 and 0.8 pounds of boost, I believe, which correlates to, I want to say like 6 to 10, something like that. I could be wrong. We have our little boost knob right here. Now we are in minimum power mode. I have it twisted all the way to the left, so the car should be making 200 horsepower, I think. I think you could adjust between like 200 horsepower and 300 horsepower. So that's what we're doing right now. So right now we're just in the chill mode, nothing crazy. We are in, I don't remember what gear. Oh man, it feels peppy. It feels like it wants to go right off the bat. Driving something like this on the road is kind of a crazy feeling because this is a really insane car. The fastest sedan for 3 years, or the fastest four-door, I should say. I mean, that is a big deal. And I could just tell that this thing wants to go. Steering is certainly E28-esque. It is not dead on by any means. It is an E28 in terms of steering. Alpina didn't remedy steering box feeling, which I like. I don't mind it at all. I'm just saying, we are on Bilstein shocks, lowering springs, so it's a little lower and a little tighter than a stock E28. It doesn't feel like it's got crazy body roll. This car should have sway bars on it from Alpina. The clutch on this thing is insane. It has been replaced, and it is, I believe, a stiffer clutch than factory. But let's see. Okay, first time hitting boost, second gear. Minimum power, let's see what it's like. Oh yeah. She's got a little pep in her step. Oh, it feels good. That feels impressive, even at 200 horsepower. That feels like what I would say about right for like, if you did like a built B35, let's just say, like tuned, NA, that's probably about the power you would be feeling from that pull right there. I don't see the need of keeping it in low boost mode, so I think we're gonna crank open this wastegate with our little valve right here. I'd imagine you go until it maxes out, maybe. It's a lot of twisting. Kind of is not stopping. It's all the way in. Let's see what that did. The gearbox on this car feels amazing. Oh, that's the wrong gear. Should be cracked out max power. Going to second. Let's see. Holy crap! Whoa! Whoa! Okay, big girling brakes. Holy crap! I was not expecting that. Whoa! Who are you? Oh my God. That felt awesome. I hope you can't twist this too far and over boost it. Probably not. Oh my God, that felt insane. Oh my God. Oh, we need front upper control arms. You guys you're probably shaking on the camera. Oh my God. Okay, I'm hitting the corners here. I don't want to go too crazy. All right, let's get it. Oh my God. What the hell? I think my front brakes are not good. Oh my God. Holy crap. Okay, we gotta take a breather really quick. Just a quick. Assess what's going on. Wow. This thing feels insane. I came into this with one thing. Will this car live up to the hype? Two things. And will it be quick? Now, I know it's a 1984, so you think, oh, very fast, 300 horsepower. That is downright impressive, but how does it feel in today's world? How does it feel after I drive the turbo K24 E30, right? And the answer is, it feels amazing. Oh my God. I'm just gonna say this right now. I might be the favorite car I've ever driven. I mean, we're what, 3 minutes in? I don't care. Holy crap. This is why I wanted you guys to experience this first with me. I didn't want anything else. I wanted you guys to experience it with me because I couldn't replicate this first impression. I just couldn't do it. Oh my God. Let's see how she goes in the corners. I don't want to hit boost in the corner, but... And then it just comes out of the corner and you hit boost and it's like, I hope you're holding on. Wow. That, I need to solve whatever's going on with the front suspension. I think that's upper control arms. As I said, two impressions, or two worries and or thoughts. Is it going to live up to the hype, and will it be quick? And now I was thinking, you know, I mean, yes, it's a very old turbo car, so yeah, it might be quick, but is it gonna be like driving an E46 M3, right? Like 330 horsepower. This thing lives up to It's a rocket ship. I literally said this was a rocket ship. It's a rocket ship. The sensations I'm feeling driving this car, I don't think I've ever felt in the BMW. Even BMWs that are way quicker than this, like my Turbo E34 or the Honda E30. Those are quicker cars, but the sensation is different. Even being turbo cars, they don't feel anything like this. What is this feeling? And like these Recaro buckets, they hug you and they're firm, and it just gives you this sensation of like, I don't even know if I can put words to it. I have never driven a car like this. This thing is amazing in every single way. Not only does it feel quick, it's downright fast. Yes, at minimum boost, it's completely normal. It's kind of like you're driving it's kind of like, like I said, it's driving like an M30 B35 in like an E28 or like a whatever, like an E12. When you hit boost, it's downright fast. And it's laggy, but it's laggy in a way where it's like, holy crap. It really starts to wake up around 3 to 3,500. I would say about 3,500 RPM is where you start to really kind of, it's like right now we're building at 3. Yeah, about 3,500 RPM is when the boost starts to really kick in, which honestly is by no means laggy, because like my other turbo cars, those are all 3,500 plus RPM. Some of them are even 4,000 plus. It's actually pretty responsive for what it is, which is amazing, because everyone says, or not everyone, but what I've heard is like, oh yeah, 80s turbo is really laggy and whatever, but when they hit, they hit. Certainly when it hits, it hits. You literally feel it ramping into every pound of the boost. It's like, okay, NA car, and then it's like, all right, a little bit of boost, a little bit of boost. And then it's like, wow, you got everything, right, all at the same time. And when it ramps in at about 35 to 4, and you hit max power, I think this thing, okay, I gotta remember what gearbox I'm driving. I think it would spin the tires in first gear. This might be a really, I think this is a responsive turbo. I feel like that's a myth, because you can, it's quiet, but you can kind of hear it starting to spool right off the rip. I mean, maybe 2,000 RPM, 1,800 RPM. I hear it wanting to kick in. I think it ramps in the boost kind of well. Like, I think it's not like a boom all at once. It seems to me like it really is ramping in boost, but it seems like it ramps it in right from like 1,800 RPM, and by about 35, 36, 38, you're like blasting off. I have to do a poll, and I have to see how quick between shifts the boost comes back, because that's a pretty good deciding factor of how laggy a turbo is. Like, I will say the K27 E30, insanely laggy. When you go second, redline second shift, you get on it in third, and it takes a little while for the turbo to catch up. Turbo 525 is a little, I want to say it's a little better, but still, once you do that shift, you are losing a lot of your boost pressure. So I'm interested to see if this is any better or worse. Okay, let's do second to third, we'll do it. No, dude, it's pretty responsive. A little bit in between, but I'm also kind of shifting it a little gingerly. Has this been a myth all my life? I don't think this is a laggy turbo. Why is that what everyone says? I don't get it. And it corners quite nice as well. I don't like taking turbo cars quick in corners because I don't trust them, but this is, like, I know this thing starts to make boost at low RPM because it's peppy. Oh, I don't think that could get old. I don't think this car could get old. But anyway, yeah, so it's starting to make boost at lower RPM, you could tell, because it's peppy even from a dead, like, even from lugging it, right? Like, even just like hitting it at low RPM to kind of start going, it's honestly pretty peppy. I don't think anywhere across the rev range does this car feel like an NA, whatever, E28, NA, anything. Like, it does not feel like that anywhere across the rev range. Yeah, first gear is lethal. First gear is fast. Let's see, windows down, you can hear turbo. I doubt it. No, you just hear wind. This car is amazing. This is an amazing car. This has immediately, in 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, this has jumped to the top of my list. I'm so happy about that, because I tried to say this like 4 times now. I can't get my thoughts out because I'm just so damn excited. Is it gonna be quick? Is it gonna live up to expectations? I am so thrilled to say this car has far exceeded every single expectation I think I ever had of what these cars could be. every single expectation. I am not even kidding. I thought it'll be quick, but it won't be impressive by today's standards. This thing feels damn fast by today's standards. It's, I mean, amazing. It's amazing. This is probably one of the most fun cars I've ever driven. It's, oh my, it does it all so well though. It's not like it's only fun when you're beating it up, right? You gotta rev it out. It's not like it's only fun in boost. It's like, it feels great driving it moderate, and it feels great driving it in boost. It's quick, it's responsive, the lag really isn't that bad, and even if you don't want to get on it, it's still enjoyable to drive, because you could tell it still has that little bit of extra power even when you're not in boost. Like, if for some reason it just has the torque. And I mean, 370 foot-pounds of torque in 1983 or 1984, like, we need to understand how impressive that is, right? Watching this from 2025, 2026, whatever in the future, however long you're watching this, it's easy to not appreciate a car like this, because today you're getting hit with horsepower figures in the thousands, right? You could go buy a red-eye Chevy Camaro and you could get 1,200 horsepower off the dealer lot. So we are so numb to horsepower numbers and torque numbers and just how significant those all are. But when you think about it, 300 horsepower and 370 foot-pounds of torque in 1984. I wasn't born in 1984, but I can tell you right now, cars were at the 70 horsepower range. Cell phones were not even existent. That might be wrong, I don't know. Computers were huge. Like, the technology we had versus today was not what we know it to be. And to see that there was companies that could get this power out of these engines, it's downright amazing. I mean, Alpina said it themselves. It's in the book. We build the best turbo engines on the planet. They said that. And they said way better than Porsche turbos. I don't know, I've never driven a Porsche turbo, but I'll be damned if this is not one of the most impressive cars I've driven. And I've driven just about any BMW you can think of pre-2006. I've driven modified cars that are powerful as shit. I've driven bone stock car, I mean, whatever. This thing is amazing. This car is a feat of engineering. There is no other way to put it. I mean, just downright amazing. It puts you in your seat every time. The torque on this thing, oh my God. Not only does it meet my expectations, it far exceeds my expectations. This car is amazing. I don't know how many times I said it. I'm sorry if I repeat myself. But like, you could also drive it like a totally normal person. And you could put it in low boost mode, and then you could kind of rev it out, all that stuff, and you don't have to worry about killing yourself. So like, let's go all the way back out. Let's go base boost pressure here. So now this is technically enough power to where I think like I could probably corner it and like be pretty safe. It actually still feels pretty quick. I must not be all the way down. I think there's kind of a lot of adjustment on this thing. So like right now we're maxed low. So this should only be 200 horsepower. So this should be a figure where you can kind of hit corners and not be like super scared. But let's test this now one more time. Yeah, now this is what I would call everyday comfort-wise. Like, I can trust myself to kind of go through corners. I can kind of do whatever I want, and I'm not gonna, first off, consume a ton of gas. I'm not gonna scare myself, and I'm not gonna hurt myself. I would say that's what your minimum boost is. 200 horsepower is the sweet spot, but it still hits like a turbo. It's not like NA 200 horsepower. You still feel it ramping in, and it still feels impressive. So low boost, casual boost, it's still quick. I have to admit, it said 200 horsepower to 300. This feels like more than 200 horsepower. I don't know why, but it does. But like, so I could hit a corner and I can make boosts in the corner, and I'm not freaking out. And oh, I almost money shifted. I was like, forget low power mode. It's kind of enjoyable. You can go hit a corner, you can go, like, you can kind of do anything, and it doesn't feel like it's gonna get away from you. Not that it feels like it's gonna get away from you at max power, but it feels like a quick car, like a fast car. This feels like a quick car, completely honest with you guys. What I'm feeling in this low boost mode is about what I expected this car to feel like at its best. So that right there is pretty impressive. Oh, it corners beautifully. This car drives amazing. I mean, you can really feel, like, you know, just play-wise in the wheel going straight, yeah, it feels like an E28. But when you're actually kind of getting into it and you're cornering it, the suspension and I think the sway bars that it has really bring it alive for sure. You can hear just the faintest sound of the turbo. I don't think it's from the windows, I think it's just through the metal of the car. You can hear that turbo down there sucking in the air. Just so faintly, but it gives you this nice little warm feeling of like, I know what's going on. Like, it's not overbearing, the car's actually damn quiet, but you do have that little rumble, and like you have that mean sound from the exhaust. But oh, it corners nice. So now I haven't had a lot of time in the E28 M5. I need to get more, and I gotta fix the shifter so I could really kind of experience it for what it is. But I think that this thing is gonna blow the doors off it. I mean, quickness wise, yes, but like even in the handling department, I can't imagine it's any better than this. I really can't. This car feels stellar, if we're gonna use big words. In every department, every single department, this car is downright amazing. I'm an absolute sucker for Alpina, like Recaro seats, the seats that they put in all their Alpinas. I've never felt these E28 ones because the E30 seats are all a little bit different. These feel amazing. They are so firm. My brake light, check control went on. They're so firm, but yet they're still pretty comfortable. And up here, they're tight. I mean, I'm a small dude, and this is a pretty tight seat. And someone said that, someone commented and they said, hey, a lot of people opted for the Alpina E28s to have standard sports seats because these were too aggressive. And you know what, I could understand that because these are pretty aggressive. And I could see if you were an older guy, which when you're buying this car new, you kind of were because these were so damn expensive. Like what did I say, I think in the last video, like $75,000 or something in 1984. That is a wicked amount of money. So, or 50,000, something around there, I can't quite remember. But so I could totally see why you would want to spec this car with just standard sports seats. I could see these being a little too aggressive. Me in my current age, I love them. I wouldn't want anything else besides these. Yeah, the seats are great. The dogleg gearbox is just amazing. Second to third, especially with the turbo, really makes for a lot of fun because you don't have to worry about money shifting while you're hitting power, which is it's a good thing. That's a big deal. I actually love the Alpina dead pedal. I find myself using that very often when I'm in an Alpina. It just is really comfortable having your foot rest on something rather than like laying on the carpet. I'm gonna do another set of pulls here, and then I think we're gonna pull her back around to the shop. I'm opening up my boost gauge, unleashing power. It's like you hear the really cute noise of a, sounds like you're cracking like a NOS bottle, but it sounds like old fashioned, right? You're manually opening up your boost is what it feels like, and it's like, oh yeah, now I'm going for some power. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Dude, just look at this thing. This looks like an insanely special car. Just looking at it from here, like just forget how it drives, which is insane in of itself. Look at how gorgeous this car is. It's just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. This might be like one of my favorite cars of all time. might be one of my favorite cars of all time. I'll say it now, and you guys can write that down and remember it, because horn works. Because it's gonna be hard to top this. I will say that right now, and I'm gonna need you guys to remember, because I will remember. It's like a little boost into the corner, and then you hit it on the way out, and it feels good while you're doing it. My first turbo Alpina experience, my first 80s turbo experience, wow, what a frickin' car. I love 80s turbo if it's an Alpina. They had it right in the 80s, man, let me tell you. I don't think it's laggy. I don't know what people say, oh, laggy. I don't see that. I see this as, sure, like, it's not maybe efficient like a frickin' brand new car would be with a turbo, but any modded car I've ever felt feels the exact same, if not even laggier than this. This is one well put together machine. You feel like you're in a special car, like you know you're in a special car because you are in a special car. And that I think really tells you something. That really means something to get into a car, and it tells you, I'm special, you better respect me. And I don't want to get all into an existential crisis or anything, but I'm having all these crazy thoughts right now of just how, like, my generation, future generations, they won't even get to, like, cars like these are becoming so rare, so hard to get. It's like stuff like this is like going extinct, and it's like really sad to think about, because I think like every lover of cars should have gotten to like drive one of these. I don't care what brand you like. This is an engineering masterpiece, and I don't know why I'm getting all sentimental about this, but it's kind of like you dreamed of these like I can't even. Cars like this were magazine cars, poster cars for many of us, I'm sure. Many people that are probably even older than I am, because this is an old car for someone like me to have even respected or appreciated or whatever. But driving it is surreal. I mean, like, surreal. You know, I've had a couple Alpina E30s, but they don't feel like turbos do. They don't, like, this is an amazing car. I'm just rambling. I'm gonna have to probably cut half of this footage. I can't stop rambling on how awesome this car is. What a dream come true. Just what a dream come true. This is 100% top 5 of the cars I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I know I'm not that old to be like, oh yeah, I've driven everything, but I mean, you guys, if you've watched my channel, I've driven a lot of cars. I've driven a lot of BMWs in particular, and this feels like the best one. Let's just put it that way. It feels like the best one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This was an awesome video to make. I am so glad you guys could be a part of my first experience with this car. Totally live, never driven it before. With you guys in this video was my very first time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more B7 Turbo content, subscribe, like, comment, whatever, because we're gonna have to make some more with this, because boy, oh boy, I think I just fell in love. So we'll end it with that. Peace.